Flagship of the French Navy. First nuclear-powered aircraft carrier built outside the United States. The most powerful and perfect warship in Europe. The true ruler of the sea. All this is the true pride of French sailors, the aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle, R91. Invincible Poseidon, capable of crushing the enemy on the surface of the earth, water and in airspace within a radius of 1,000 kilometers. 40 combat aircraft and helicopters, guided missile weapons, 4 8-round UVP modules for firing Aster, 15 anti-aircraft missiles, 2 Sadrel self-defense missile systems. A unique set of detection tools, 6 radars of various ranges and purposes, the Vampire NG search and tracking system, IR range, a complete set of radio interception and electronic warfare equipment.
Subscribe to the channel, it will be more interesting. Thank you in advance.
500 tons of aviation ammunition, 3,400 tons of aviation kerosene. A full-fledged air group, including Rafale fighter bombers, Super Atander attack aircraft, E-2 Hawkeye airborne early warning and control systems, Aerospatiale Dolphin and Cougar multipurpose, anti-submarine and search and rescue helicopters, up to 40 units of aircraft placed on the flight and hangar decks. French engineers are especially proud of the Satrap, Système Automatique de Tranquillisation et de Pilotage, Ship Automatic Stabilization System, 12 compensators in the form of blocks weighing 22 tons each, moving along special chutes on the gallery deck. The system, controlled by the central computer, compensates for various wind loads, roll during turns, constantly keeping the ship in the correct position. This allows you to carry out takeoff and landing operations with sea waves up to 6 points. The total displacement of the gigantic ship reaches 42,000 tons. The length of the flight deck is 1/4 of a kilometer. Crew, 1,350 sailors plus 600 people of the air wing. The fantastic design plows the sea at a speed of 27 knots, 50 kilometers per hour. One recharge of the reactors is enough for continuous operation for 6 years. During this time, de Gaulle manages to cover a distance equivalent to 12 lengths of the Earth's equator. At the same time, the actual autonomy of the ship, in terms of food supplies, aviation fuel and ammunition, does not exceed 45 days. The aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle. Beautiful, strong and charismatic ship. The only drawback de Gaulle spent most of his 13-year service in. Repair docks. A series of failures haunts the ship throughout its history. 1. Long-term construction from 1989 to 1999, many production stops. 2. Reactor malfunctions, the landing deck was 4 meters shorter than necessary. 3. During the first passage of the Caribbean Sea, the blade of the right propeller fell off. 4. As a temporary measure, propellers from the decommissioned Clemenceau aircraft carrier were installed on the ship. The speed of the de Gaulle decreased to 25 knots, while the entire aft part turned out to be unsuitable for the life and activities of the crew. Vibration and noise reached 100 dB. 5. In July 2002, de Gaulle returned to the naval base Toulon. The campaign was successful, except that due to a radiation accident on board, the crew of the aircraft carrier received 5 times the radiation dose. 6. In September 2007, the de Gaulle went into dry dock, from which it did not leave until the end of 2008. A 15-month repair with a restart of the reactor cost France €300 million. The unfortunate aircraft carrier was finally returned to its native propellers, modernized radio electronics, laid 80 kilometers of electrical cables, updated catapults and arresters, and expanded the range of aviation ammunition. 7. Sparkling with fresh paint, the aircraft carrier arrived at the naval base of Toulon, and 3 months later was safely out of order. The ship spent the whole of 2009 under repair again. 8. On October 14, 2010, a detachment of warships of the French Navy, led by the flagship Charles de Gaulle, set off on another mission to the Indian Ocean. The campaign lasted exactly 1 day, a day after leaving the aircraft carrier, the entire power supply system failed. The French knew about this, because they planned to build 2 aircraft carriers of the de Gaulle type. If one of them breaks down at the most crucial moment, another should come to the rescue. Naturally, all plans for the construction of a understudy collapsed as soon as the results of the service of the lead ship became known.
Don't forget to subscribe and like.